The 1960s marked a crucial period in American history, as the civil rights movement gained momentum and began to reshape the nation. This era was defined by passionate activism led by brave individuals who fought against racial segregation and injustice. Public demonstrations became the heartbeat of this movement, with rallies and marches drawing attention to the urgent need for change. These events were not just gatherings, they were powerful platforms where voices could be heard and demands could be made. During this time, countless African Americans faced discrimination and violence simply for seeking equal rights and opportunities. Leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. emerged as beacons of hope, advocating for peaceful protest and unity among all people. The rallies held in cities across the country became symbols of strength and resilience, showcasing the determination of those fighting for equality. One of the most significant aspects of these public demonstrations was their ability to bring together a diverse group of supporters. People from different backgrounds, races, and walks of life joined in solidarity, recognizing that the fight for civil rights was not only about one group but about justice for everyone. This sense of community fostered an environment of hope, as participants shared their stories and envisioned a better future. However, the movement was not without its challenges. Tensions often ran high at these gatherings, as some individuals struggled to understand the collective vision. They might have seen certain actions or professions as conflicting with the goals of equality. This is where moments like what happened at the rally come into play, when a gifted and courageous firefighter like Marcus Bell stepped into a precarious situation to help his community amid rising conflicts. As we delve deeper into this pivotal moment from 1963, we will witness how actions taken in the name of justice can provoke unexpected responses, and how true leadership can change perceptions in an instant. Marcus Bell was not just a firefighter, he was a dedicated public servant who understood the importance of community. Born and raised in a time when opportunities for African Americans were limited, Marcus worked hard to carve out a path for himself. He became a firefighter at the age of 24, driven by a desire to help protect those around him. For Marcus, this career was more than a job. It was a calling that allowed him to serve and uplift his neighborhood. As a member of the fire department, Marcus faced challenges that went beyond just fighting fires. He often dealt with the fear and skepticism that many had toward African American firefighters during an era of segregation. Despite these obstacles, he remained steadfast in his commitment to his profession and his community. He knew that being a firefighter meant being a role model, and he took that responsibility seriously. In addition to his firefighting duties, Marcus was actively involved in local initiatives aimed at improving safety and education for children in his neighborhood. He organized fire safety workshops at schools, teaching kids how to prevent fires and stay safe. This outreach demonstrated his dedication not just to putting out fires but also to creating a safer environment for everyone. His work went beyond the physical act of firefighting. It represented the heart of the civil rights movement's goals, protecting lives and advocating for equality. Marcus believed that everyone deserved the same protection and respect regardless of their background. When he rushed to help extinguish the fire at the civil rights rally, it was not just an act of bravery. It was a testament to his deep-rooted belief in justice and service. As we explore his story further, we will see how his actions would not only impact those around him but also challenge perceptions during a critical moment in history. The Civil Rights Rally in 1963 was a powerful gathering that drew thousands of passionate individuals, all united by a common goal: to demand equality and justice for African Americans. The era was filled with hope and determination, as people from various backgrounds came together to stand against the injustices they faced. Colorful banners waved in the breeze, and the sound of voices raised in song and chant echoed through the streets, creating an atmosphere of solidarity. At the center of this pivotal event stood Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a prominent leader whose words inspired countless individuals. With his commanding presence, Dr. King spoke about the urgent need for change, calling for an end to segregation and discrimination. His speeches were filled with powerful imagery and heartfelt emotion, resonating deeply with those who gathered to listen. People hung on his every word, feeling a sense of connection and purpose as he painted a vision of a better future. As the rally progressed, the crowd's energy swelled, reflecting both their hopes and frustrations. Many attendees felt a mix of excitement and anxiety, knowing that their voices could shape history but also aware of the risks involved in standing up for their rights. The atmosphere was electric, filled with a palpable sense of urgency, as people shared stories of their struggles and dreams for a more just society. However, beneath this hopeful veneer were moments of tension. As individuals expressed their views about how best to achieve equality, disagreements sometimes arose within the crowd. It was during such a moment that Marcus Bell stepped forward to help extinguish a fire that erupted nearby, a brave action that would lead to unexpected reactions from those present. As we delve deeper into this significant rally, we will witness how the passion for justice can stir not only admiration but also conflict, illustrating the complexities within the movement for civil rights. As the rally unfolded, a sudden commotion broke out when a small fire ignited near the stage. Panic surged through the crowd as people scrambled, unsure of what to do. In that moment of chaos, Marcus Bell swiftly sprang into action. Without hesitation, he rushed toward the flames, his training and experience guiding him through the fear and uncertainty. With the fire extinguished, Marcus felt a surge of relief wash over him. He had acted instinctively, driven by his commitment to protect others. However, instead of applause and gratitude, he was met with boos from parts of the crowd. The mixed reactions highlighted the complexity of the moment. While some saw him as a hero, others questioned his presence at the rally as a firefighter in uniform, feeling it conflicted with the protests against injustice. This incident revealed much about the tensions within the civil rights movement at that time. Some attendees believed that participation in a rally meant standing firmly against any representation of authority, even if it came from someone like Marcus, who was genuinely trying to help. Yet, amid this negativity, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. recognized the significance of Marcus's actions. He stepped off the stage to embrace Marcus, publicly acknowledging his bravery with words that would resonate deeply. "This man doesn't put out fires, he prevents them." At that moment, everything changed. The crowd fell silent as they absorbed Dr. King's message. His embrace symbolized unity and respect for all contributions to the cause of justice, regardless of one's role or profession. This powerful display not only shifted the crowd's perspective but also reinforced the idea that everyone has a role in fighting for equality. As we reflect on Marcus Bell's actions that day, we see how even in moments of tension, heroism can shine through and inspire others to rethink their views. As Marcus Bell fought the flames, the crowd erupted into mixed reactions. While some cheered his courage and quick response, others began to boo him, perceiving his role as a firefighter in uniform as contradictory to the spirit of the rally. To many participants, especially those deeply involved in the struggle against systemic oppression, the presence of authority figures like firefighters represented the very structures they were protesting against. They believed that anyone associated with law enforcement or public safety was part of an oppressive system that upheld segregation and discrimination. These reactions revealed the complex and sometimes contradictory sentiments within the civil rights movement at that time. Participants grappled with conflicting views about how to achieve justice. Some felt that every action that could be perceived as supportive of authority undermined their cause. It led to confusion in the crowd, as people whispered among themselves, questioning whether Marcus's efforts were genuinely for their benefit, or if he was merely upholding the status quo. The tension hung heavy in the air until Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. emerged from behind the stage. Witnessing the chaos unfold, he recognized not just Marcus's bravery, but also the broader implications of this moment. By stepping off the stage, King took a stand against the booing, reminding everyone that true leadership comes from unity and understanding. His embrace of Marcus instantly shifted the atmosphere. It communicated an important message, that everyone, regardless of their background or profession, could contribute to fighting injustice. King's response aimed to unify the crowd by showcasing both Marcus's contribution and refocusing their efforts back on their shared mission for equality. In that turning point, silence descended upon the crowd as they began to reconsider their initial reactions, recognizing how vital it was to support all allies in their fight for justice. This incident highlighted not only divisions within the movement but also opportunities for growth and deeper unity and solidarity. Amid the confusion and mixed reactions from the crowd, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. sensed the tension and knew he had to act. As a leader, he understood that his role was not only to inspire but also to guide his followers toward unity during moments of crisis. With determination, King stepped down from the stage, leaving behind his prepared speech, and approached Marcus Bell, who stood there facing the hostility of the crowd. The sight of King walking toward him was a beacon of hope for Marcus. As Dr. King reached him, he wrapped his arms around Marcus in a heartfelt embrace. It was a powerful gesture that spoke volumes about solidarity and support. In that moment of connection, King shouted to the crowd, "This man doesn't put out fires, he prevents them." His words resonated deeply, flipping the energy in the air from one of division to one of reflection. King's decision to publicly endorse Marcus transformed the atmosphere at the rally. The crowd began to absorb the significance of their leader's message. Instead of focusing on divisions based on roles or professions, Dr. King reminded the attendees that every contribution mattered in the fight for equality, whether it came from a firefighter putting out flames or activists demanding justice. As silence fell over the crowd, people slowly began to reconsider their initial reactions. The booing gradually faded, replaced with an understanding of how their movement must embrace everyone willing to stand up against injustice. King's leadership during that moment not only redefined Marcus's role but also reinforced the importance of unity within their cause. This act exemplified what true leadership looks like, using one's voice and platform to bridge divides and promote collaboration among all fighting for justice. Thanks to Dr. King's decisive actions, the rally continued with renewed focus and strength, illustrating how solidarity could overcome even the most challenging circumstances. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s words, "This man doesn't put out fires, he prevents them," carried profound weight and significance that resonated deeply with the crowd. In an instant, these words transformed the narrative surrounding Marcus Bell from one of confusion and division to one of understanding and purpose. King's message highlighted that Marcus's role as a firefighter was not just about extinguishing flames but rather about preventing tragedies and fostering safety within the community. As the crowd absorbed this powerful statement, a shift occurred. The booing ceased, replaced by a contemplative silence as people began to reflect on what Dr. King was conveying. They realized that the fight for civil rights necessitated various forms of bravery and service, including those from individuals and roles often seen as part of the establishment. This recognition opened their eyes to the idea that every ally in their struggle mattered, regardless of their profession or uniform. Dr. King's ability to articulate this message exemplified his leadership style, one that sought to unite rather than divide. He reminded everyone present that fighting for justice was not limited to marching or protesting. It also included working together with those who aimed to protect and serve the community in different ways. By framing Marcus's actions as preventive rather than merely reactive, he elevated the conversation around service and sacrifice within the movement. The impact of Dr. King's message extended beyond that moment at the rally. It encouraged attendees to see firefighters like Marcus Bell not as symbols of authority but as partners in their collective fight for equality and justice. This shift in perspective fostered a stronger sense of unity among participants, reinforcing that solidarity was essential for success in their ongoing struggle against oppression. As they left the rally, individuals carried with them a renewed sense of purpose, understanding that true progress comes from embracing diverse contributions while working together toward a common goal: justice for all. As Dr. King's words echoed through the air, the immediate change in atmosphere was palpable. The crowd, once filled with mixed emotions, cheers and boos, fell into a profound silence. This moment of quiet reflected a collective pause for reflection among attendees, as they began to process the significance of what had just transpired. The boos that had once permeated the air were replaced by an attentive stillness, signaling a shift in perspective. People stood shoulder to shoulder, their expressions transforming from skepticism to contemplation. They were no longer merely spectators but participants in a pivotal moment of understanding. As they looked at Marcus Bell, embraced by Dr. King, many started to see him not just as a firefighter in uniform, but as a fellow fighter in the struggle for civil rights. Each person began to realize that the fight for justice included diverse allies, regardless of their roles in society. In this silence, the weight of unity began to settle over the crowd. Attendees exchanged glances among themselves, some nodding in agreement as they processed the implications of King's message. It dawned on them that every action taken in favor of justice, no matter how small or seemingly unrelated to activism, played a part in the larger narrative of change. This moment was transformative. It ignited a deeper sense of community among those gathered. They understood that solidarity was not simply about agreeing on every point but respecting each other's contributions to the ongoing fight for equality. As whispers of affirmation spread through the crowd, a renewed energy began to build, a collective determination to move forward together. When the silence finally lifted, it did so with a newfound purpose. The audience emerged from that moment of reflection empowered and unified, ready to continue their journey for justice with a broader understanding of what it meant to stand together against oppression. This pivotal atmosphere change was more than just a reaction. It was the foundation for a stronger alliance in their quest for civil rights. The incident at the rally, where Dr. King publicly embraced firefighter Marcus Bell, serves as a significant moment in the history of the civil rights movement. It symbolizes the vital recognition that every individual, regardless of their profession, can play an essential role in advancing social justice and equality. By framing Marcus's actions as preventative rather than purely reactive, Dr. King highlighted how contributions to civil rights efforts can come from unexpected places. This moment showcases the importance of inclusion within the movement. It challenges the notion that only traditional activists, those who march, protest, or speak out, deserve recognition and respect. Instead, it emphasizes that those who serve and protect communities, like firefighters or teachers, are equally vital to building a more just society. Their efforts to ensure safety and education create the foundation for lasting change, making them allies in the fight for civil rights. Furthermore, this incident illustrates the necessity of solidarity among diverse groups working towards a common goal. The crowd's initial reaction of booing reflects a deeper tension within the movement concerning identity and authority. However, through Dr. King's leadership, attendees were reminded that collaboration is crucial, and it's essential to value all who stand against oppression. The embrace between Dr. King and Marcus Bell served as a powerful reminder that the struggle for civil rights requires collective action and understanding across various roles. This pivotal event inspired many to acknowledge that they could contribute to the movement in their own ways, whether through public service, community engagement, or other supportive actions. Ultimately, this moment marked a turning point where people began to recognize the collective strength found in unity. It set a precedent for future generations to embrace diverse contributions as they continue to push for justice and equality, fostering an environment where everyone feels empowered to make a difference in their communities. The actions of Marcus Bell and the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. during that pivotal rally in 1963 left an enduring legacy that continues to inspire future generations. This moment encapsulated the essence of the civil rights movement, highlighting that every individual, regardless of their profession, has a vital role in the pursuit of justice and equality. By recognizing the contributions of diverse individuals, we learn that the fight for civil rights is not confined to traditional activists alone. It includes those who serve their communities in various capacities. Dr. King's embrace of Marcus served as a powerful reminder that solidarity and unity are essential in the struggle against oppression. His declaration that, "This man doesn't put out fires, he prevents them," reinforces the idea that true heroism can manifest in many forms, whether it be through direct action at a rally or through everyday service to others. This perspective fosters an environment where all contributions are valued, encouraging more people to join the cause. As we reflect on this historical moment, it's clear that the lessons learned extend beyond the confines of the 1960s. They remind us that our strength lies in our ability to come together, to respect each other's roles, and to support one another in the fight against injustice. The legacy of Marcus Bell and Dr. King's message invites us to carry forward the spirit of collaboration and inclusivity in today's ongoing battles for equality. In a world still grappling with division and inequality, we are called to remember this moment and let it inspire us to work together for justice. By doing so, we honor not just Marcus Bell's bravery but also the countless individuals who have contributed to the fight for rights and freedoms throughout history. Together, we can continue to build a society that truly reflects the principles of justice, equality, and mutual respect for all its members, ensuring that the torch of activism burns brightly for generations to come.